Hello friends, today I will teach you integers. What are integers? Integers are positive whole numbers, a negative whole number, or zero. This means a number that does not have any fraction or decimal parts. For example, both 1 and -2 are integers, but 2 by 3 is not an integer. I'll tell you why. So if we take 1, this is an integer. I'll tell you why again. So if we read the definition of integers, this says that a positive whole number that does not have any fractional or decimal parts is an integer. So 1 does not have any fractional or decimal parts, but is a positive whole number. So this is an integer. Now let's take -2. -2. This is also an integer because this does not have any fractional or decimal parts. And this is a negative whole number. Okay, so this is also an integer. Now let's take 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is not an integer because this has a fraction part. So this is not an integer. Okay, let's take a decimal number like 1.0123. Okay, this is again not an integer because this has a decimal part. Okay, decimals are not included in any integers. Okay, decimals are not integers. Where do we use integers in our life? Temperature is an example of integers. Let me tell you why. Because we see in the temperature, like yesterday in Shimla, the temperature went to -2 degrees Celsius. -2 is an integer. So this is an example of integer. And let's say our body temperature should be 97 degrees Celsius. So 97 is an integer. Okay. Now let's take the other example. Speed limit. Let me tell you why. Because I drive my car at 100 km per hour at the highway. So 100 is an integer. Okay. This is an integer. So we can say this that speed is also an integer. And another example of speed is the speed limit is 30 km per hour. So 30 is an integer. Okay. And now let's take the last example. Sea level. Sea level is also an example of integers. Because if this is 0 and this is our sea, then a bird over here is above the sea level 100 meters above the sea. So 100 meters equals to plus 100. So plus 100 is an integer. We can say this is an integer. If there's a fish over here, this is a fish. This is a fish and this is below the sea level 50 meters. This is below the sea level 50 meters. So in this 50 meters equals to negative 50 minus 50 because it is below and below means negative. Okay, so now let me tell you a number line. What is a number line? A number line is a line on which numbers are there and it has 0 and there are two arrows at the both end and start and it has numbers integers on this. You can say integers are on this number line like 4 is an -4 is an integer, 6 is, 2 is, 9 is, 10 is, all the numbers on this are integers. And this number line can extend on the right side or the left side. Like let me draw a number line for you. If a number line like this, I want to draw a number line that starts from 10 and goes till 15. So this is a number line again. It has all the conditions. It has integers on the number line. I have the integers. They should have two arrows. I also have the arrows. So this is also good. And this is a number line. And gap between the numbers should always be equal. So this is 1 centimeter between 10 and 11. So between 11 and 12, this should also be 1 centimeter gap. Okay. Now I will tell you how to compare integers. Comparing integers. First, if we have to compare integers, the numbers have the numbers like if I have -3 and 9. So which one is greater and which one is smaller? How will we find this? Simple, very simple. First, you'll mark both the numbers on the number line. So over here, -3 and 9 is over here. So which number is on the right? Okay, we can see that 9 is on the right. So the number on the right side would be greater than the other. So 9 is greater than 3. So it would be 9, this and 3. Okay, so 9 is greater than 3. Let's take another example. Let's take 7 and 9. Which one is greater? Let's mark 7 over here and 9 over here. 9 is on the right, so 9 is greater. Again, okay. So now let's take another example. Let's take -1 and -10. What should be greater? Obviously, first we would put down the number line -1 and -10. Now you will see which one is on the right. So -1 is on the right. So you will write -1 is greater than -10. Okay. So -1 is greater than -10. Let's take another example. Let's take -3 and 9. Which one should be greater? -3 over here, 9 over here, 9 on the right, so 9 is greater. So now let's talk about how do we add or subtract an integer. So let's talk first about how do we add an integer addition. So like if we add 9 plus 7, how do we add this? Let's not take 7, let's take 9 plus 1 plus 2. So first we will take 9, mark 9 on the number line, and then we will go plus means going to the right and minus means going towards the left. So we have to go to the right for plus, this is plus, and over here is plus, and we go one step to the right. So this is our answer. So this equals to 10. Let's take another example. Let's take 3 plus 7. Then we mark 3 and we go 7 steps to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we would, and then our answer is 10. It's equals to 10. So let's take another example. Let's take a negative number. How do we add a negative number? We take -3 plus 5. First we will do -3 and go 5 steps to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 2 is our answer. This equals to 2. Now let's take another example of when both numbers are negative. -3 plus -7. Okay. So first we get over here -3 and minus plus -7. So this means a minus. When there are plus and minus, we always consider this as going towards the left. We have to go left in this case. So we go 7 steps to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here we are. Our answer is minus 10. So the answer for minus 3 plus minus 7 equals to minus. Now let's take how do we subtract an integer. This should be very easy. How to subtract an integer. So if we take minus 3 minus 2, how do we do this? So we go to minus 3 and then we go to spaces left to subtract 1 and 2 because it is a minus. We go to the left. Our answer is minus 5. This equals to minus 5. Our answer is minus 5. Now let's take mm, let's take 7 minus 2. If we take 7 and we go 1 and 2, so 5 is our answer. This equals to 5. 5 is our answer. Let's take now, if we have one positive number and one negative number, how do we do this? Minus 2 minus 7. If you go 2 and you will 10 spaces, you will see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Minus 5 is our answer. So this equals to minus 5. So our answer is minus 5. So now let's see the last example. Our last example would be 10 minus 7. So 10 is over here. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 3 is our answer, plus 3. So our answer is plus 3. Thank you, and this is the end of this video.